Let's kick it off, if you will. Lions nickel package. Big package Friday.
Big package Friday.
Give me that package.
First question of the Lions nickel package.
Pause.
Does Jared Goff turn the ball over in this game?
No.
0 turnovers.
0 turnovers.
I like it.
0 turnovers. I'm standing on business with this one. I know, Lindsay, and I'm not trying to hijack the question here. I know people are looking at this as like a referendum game on Jared Goff. Like, can you get back to good? But let me tell you where I think it's a bigger referendum game. I think the offensive line is none too pleased with how that game went down last week. And look, they've earned that right to have a clunker. They have, because they're a top unit in football. Your 49ers offensive line, are they clean every single game?
No.
I think it's an even bigger referendum on there, but that will start. Goff will not turn the football over this week.
Well, look, I'm not judging.
But if he does, I'll be critical because I'm like on the morning show. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not. If he has a one turnover, maybe a interception where he's taking a chance, I'm not faulting him for that. That's his job. He has to take chances. I like when he takes chances. I like when he goes downfield and tries to make something happen.
Chances make champions.
Yeah, so if he does that, I'm not counting that. That's a turnover, but that doesn't bother me.
Hail Mary at halftime does not count, by the way.
Right.
No, it does.
Turnover.
Not for the purposes of this.
Yes.
I wanted that out there because I don't want to hear that shit. All right.
So things like that doesn't bother me. Like him just dropping the ball when somebody arm tackles him. That's a problem. Yeah. We don't want those.
No
Protect the
doubt.
ball.
He will clean it up. The offensive line.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about that. So I'll give him one turnover. He can throw in there. He can throw one pick. That wouldn't bother me.
All right, Brian Ruth, he's going to turn the ball over, unfortunately, all in caps, so he's serious about it. Second down.
Next question of the nickel package. Who has more all-purpose yards in this game, Jahmyr Gibbs or David Montgomery?
Now, again, the snap reaction to that is, that's Jahmyr Gibbs easy because of the nature of catching passes and things like that. But my last answer, my little add-on, is kind of a foreshadow of how I'm going to answer this question. David Montgomery's going to break a hundo this week because it's personal for this offensive line. I believe they are going to road grade.
This time.
I believe they are going to road grade this week. I think that they're going to push people this way and that way.
Yeah, that way.
So I think that's the way it's going to go down, Lindsay.
Well, I think so too, but the Saints defense isn't that shabby. They're decent. They're okay. I mean, they're not as good as they were last year or the year, but they were really good last year or the year before. But they're not that bad. So it's going to be a challenge. I mean, are the Saints good? No. I don't even know who's quarterbacking them. They have Carr. They have whoever they throw out there.
Taysom Hill could be the quarterback at times.
Anybody can quarterback for them. So I don't think this game is as challenging as it people think it will be. I think the Lions win handedly. But I know what everybody's, I think Gibbs will benefit more because I think their run defense is okay. I'm not sure where they rank as far as that, but I think Gibbs will, with his multifaceted skills, he'll catch some passes, he'll run some passes. Maybe he'll break one or two, hopefully. I'm a big Gibbs flunky anyway.
No, so. I know you are. Tim Pinnell in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Montgomery's not 100%. You know what, Tim? Nobody is 100%
not this time
right
of
now.
The year.
Nobody. And just real quick, a follow-up on that. You guys know how I talk about I don't care about how it comes. Like everybody seems caught up with style points and things like that. And I always tell you guys, I don't care. Like if I had to bet my mortgage on it, I would probably take the Saints plus the 4.5. I would. Yes, but I still think the Lions will win the football game because you win games on the road by 3. That's just the way that it works.
Facts.
So I don't care how they win. And the flip side of that coin, where I don't care about style points, if you're on the field, you're expected to perform. I know you're hurt at this point of the season. I know you are, so that doesn't bother me. All right, third down.
Third question of the nickel package. Will Jack Campbell be able to step up in Enzo's absence?
You know what? And people are talking about that, Spenny. This is a good pull by you because people are talking about that, but they're not talking about it. Mm-hmm. Because on the other side of that, you know what the answer is to that? He better, because what's the alternative?
Right.
You feel me? Like, what's the alternative? The middle's an important spot, man. It's an important spot.
Yeah.
So he better, Lindsay.
Yeah, he has no choice. What, like you just said, what is the alternative? What else do we do?
I mean, seriously, Spenny, where do you go from there?
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
Rodrigo and Barnes.
Dot. You see what I'm saying there? Like,
Oh yeah.
because where do you go?
Yeah, but you know, and people look at it, and everybody's banged up this time of the year, man. There are backups playing all over the place right now, and they're having to step up. That's the nature of the business, you know. And we, you know, before the season started, we talked about the depth of this Lions team. That was their strength. Now that strength is being tested, right? Everybody's depth is being tested right now.
Yeah. Brad says, Neil said he would bet his mortgage, but he doesn't have a mortgage. The trailer is already paid off. Pretty high ceilings in that trailer.
You must not know who you're talking to, Brad.
I'm about business. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Zebediah says, I think Campbell will fill the role okay. You can't replace Anzalone, but he is athletic. Corey Berry says, as a green dot, I would say not yet. And that is my concern. Like, we're getting in that rookie parlay window.
He's got the green dot.
You see, you know, though, like,
Yeah.
Are you concerned, Spenny, right here, right now?
No, I think he's going to step up.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Fourth down.
Fourth down. How much does getting Jonah Jackson back mean for this offensive line?
Bro.
It's huge.
Everything.
Yeah.
Jonah Jackson is the line. Like I've waxed poetic about this offensive line and said that they're a top 3 unit. They are not. Without Jonah Jackson,
Right.
They are not. And there is a huge, and look, we'll talk about this later, like after the season, after the playoffs, when we do like a financial deep dive. Get this in the back of your mind, everybody. Jonah Jackson's in a walk year. The rookie contract's over. And he's such a vital component to what this offensive line does. But he's rarely out there. But when he is, you're elite.
I know.
But he's rarely out there.
That's tough.
But when he is, you're elite. What do you do?
It's tough.
Glad I don't got to make that
That's
decision.
why they make the big bucks to make the decisions, buddy. You're going to have to either bite the bullet and pay them or let them walk.
Mike G, I was waxing poetic all the time, too. Signed Mel Tucker. So there's that one out there also. What are you doing with Jonah Jackson?
That's fair. Oh, man. I don't know. You need him on this team, but I don't want another big V contract where he's
like,
just hurt.
Because it's going to be $10 million.
Yeah.
That's tough, bro.
It's tough. It's a tough decision. Brad
All right,
Holmes is a smarter man than I. So
Yes. Well, yeah. Fifth down, real quick.
Fifth down real quick. How can they energize this pass rush?
At some point, it's got to be on them. At some point, Hutch has got to say that, Lindsey. He's got to be the principal. No more. Charles Harris, whoever's out there.
Yeah.
No more. I'll ask you this real quick, Lindsey, because I know we're up against it. You've been on good teams. You've been on not so good teams. When you're on the not so good teams, you have that moment, right, during a season where you say, and I'm waiting for this to happen with the Pistons, where you walk in and you say, not tonight. Not tonight. Is pride kicking? No, Lindsey, you're like shaking your head. No, feed the beast here. Come on.
No. You hear that thing in the back of your head?
Pride.
Fucking
Yeah.
Because I've been on bad teams that no matter what you said, you fucking sucked.
Fair enough.
And we go out and you get mad, you're like, shit, man, you just can't keep losing like this. And you go out and you get
throttled.
You get pasted across the court.
I set this up perfectly to be great. And Lindsey's like, nah, sometimes you just suck.
It's fair. It's fair.
You got to remember.
Sometimes you got to call a dog a dog.
Yeah, you got to remember my first couple of years here in Detroit, dude, we won like 20-something games. I thought it was a nightmare. It was like Groundhog's Day. We kept waking up and it was the same thing.
Can't always put makeup on the pig.
Lost. Yep, still a pig.
What can they do? Anything?
Blitz branch.
They can blitz this, but you got to
get exotic.
Yeah, you got to
Joe
just
exotic.
you got to junk it up a little bit.
All right, fair.